Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are back for our 6-week update on the wax test we have going here on the test panel. So we are testing these 5 waxes, including turtle wax, ceramic plus graphene paste wax, Collinite number 476, Bowden's own Beaut beads, Gyeon Q2 wax, and Artdeshine graphene obsidian wax. So we are 6 weeks since our application, panel sitting outside, copying all the elements, including some crazy rain and storms and heat that we've all had here in Brisbane. It's been, yeah, definitely seeing everything weather can throw at it. And yeah, we are at our 6th weekly wash. So as you can see in the initial rinse, some not looking the same as others, but we have sort of watched as the Artdeshine started to sort of lose its great water behaviour that it started off with. Same with the turtle wax. The Collinite, the Bowdens and the Gyeon are all looking great, but we're going to give it our wash using Pro Reset. Get all the debris off, get it nice and clean before we give it another rinse to check if anything's changed from last week when we did the 5-week update. So if there's no changes here this week between these middle 3, what I'm going to do is give it a miss for the 7-week update, just wash it off camera, and we'll update every fortnight from then on. So 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, etc. Just to make it not too repetitive. But yeah, once I see any clear changes happening in my off-camera weekly wash, I will then make sure I film so you guys can see. But go ahead and get this rinsed down. Okay, so with the car soap residue all rinsed down and the panel basically has dried itself, let's just try and sheet this turtle wax section. So we haven't been quite able to completely flood this yet. It'll basically start to sheet off in some sort of corner as we're going, which it's still doing. So you can see the water, then it starts to sheet from both the sides and the top. And yeah, it'll take 20-30 seconds or so, but it will completely dry itself. So if this is on your car, on some other panels which have copped a bit of grime from the road, like lower of your doors, side skirts, rear bumper, that sort of thing, it'll be looking a little bit worse than this. This is, say, if you had it on a bonnet, this is what it'll look like, I guess. But yeah, you can see it's really slowed down. So we'll check the Collinite now. It's still not able to be sheeted, completely flooded, as you can see. It's still far too hydrophobic, and that water will instantly run off and dry itself. So I'll move the camera over now a little bit. So you can see now we have the Bowden's own. So we'll try and flood that. As you can see, that water is just running straight off. So yep, it's still looking great. I don't know if it's maybe, sorry if I knocked the camera there, maybe slowed down a little bit. But yeah, still looking very hydrophobic. We'll bring the camera over a little bit more now so you guys can see the Gyeon. So this one has been the most hydrophobic so far. And looks to be the same for this week. So yeah, pretty impressed with the Gyeon's hydrophobics. One thing I will say, so when I applied, it's hard to call it because what I'm judging on is also, as well as the water behavior and the durability, the overall experience. So the price to purchase, the application process. And so I had applied the Bowden's own to a few cars previously. We'll just rinse this Artdeshine, get it flooded so you guys can watch that while I talk. So yeah, I had applied the Bowdens to a couple of cars previously. The wipe off and the whole application process is really satisfying and super easy. It's what made me want to get some other waxes and start this test. When doing the small little sections, I noticed the Collinite was a little bit harder to wipe down, so I know doing a whole car with that will be a little bit more of a pain to remove and buff off. And the turtle wax was nice and easy, but I ended up just doing recently a video applying the Gyeon to my car because it's ceramic coated, it's safe for ceramic coatings. And after doing a whole car with it, I realized it's definitely not the easy user experience that I had with the Bowdens and probably would have with the turtle wax for doing a whole car. It's a little bit grippy to wipe off at points. And yeah, so I just thought I'd point that out because I'm gonna try and do separate videos on each product as much as possible whenever I do these tests, because it's hard to get a whole user experience when you're just doing one little sort of square. So yeah, while I've been talking, the Artdeshine, as you can see, is slowly drying. It's still not sheeted off that water, so it's pretty much dead, I'm gonna say. It's still there, it's still doing something, but like if you compare it to the untouched sections of the paint down here where there's no wax at all, no protection at all, you can see that water's just sticking, not going anywhere. The Artdeshine is sheeting off, but if that was on your car, would you be happy with that water behavior? It's up to you. I wouldn't be. I would be applying a topper or just stripping and applying something else. But it did make the paint look good. But at this point, 6 weeks, I'm going to say, it's pretty much out of the test. It's down to the turtle wax, Collinite, Bowdens, and the Gyeon. And yeah, we are going to now move on to a misting test and like a water bead test. So I'll turn the camera off. I'll let this Artdeshine completely dry, even though we're kind of ruling it out. I'm still going to mist over the entire panel just so you guys can get a good idea of what the beading is looking like. All right, guys, the Artdeshine's just taken too long, so I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to mist all of these. That should be pretty good, and we will swap over to the other camera, move this one out of the way. So we might come across this way this time, starting off on the turtle wax. So still, yeah, a little bit of odd shaped beads going on. It's not completely soaking, so yeah, it's still beading, I guess, but yeah, nothing too impressive. The Collinite, definitely see some sort of spots where it's not looking as perfect and nice as it was, but yeah, still really nice beads. So yeah, as you can see there. Then we come over to the Bowden's Own, and it is still looking really nice beads. Got here in the corner where the, okay, that's the tape line. So yeah, sorry, I thought we had a little section there where it was sort of not looking as good, but some little odd sections where there isn't perfect round beads, but basically overall looking really good. The Gyeon, same thing. It's actually in all three of those. There is sections right close to the tape line. I think it's just where the water has sort of bead on the tape line where there's no protection and just sort of run onto the edge, because we've got getting that in all three. So yeah, I'm going to say all three still beading really nicely. So that is the Gyeon and the Artdeshine. Not looking too great, but yeah, we already know that was the case. If I just grab my hose again, and one way I really like to test the hydrophobics, let's get my camera screen to come on, is just holding, as you guys know, the mist function on, letting go and watching how long it takes to sheet. So obviously that Artdeshine, very slow. Comparing that to something like the Gyeon, and you watch as that water hits, it instantly starts creating beads that then roll up and turn into sheets that then run off. So yeah, still Gyeon, basically looking the same as it has from the start. The Bowden's Own, so now we're seeing a little bit of a difference. The Bowden's Own is not as hydrophobic as it was. You can see that water sort of sticks where it hits, still instantly disappears, but we are noticing it's starting to slightly change, lose a little bit of its hydrophobicity compared to that Gyeon. So that's an easy way to directly compare. Look at the way that water is hitting, and look at the way that water is hitting. So Collinite, let's see, last week I felt like the Collinite was getting, so when the water hits, I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, it gets these weird streaks that sort of stick, and they kind of don't really be, they kind of stay there like that, these weird little odd shapes. So I don't know what is up with that. You kind of, it wasn't doing this at the start, it's still very hydrophobic. We can, I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, it is also, it's definitely a little bit weird. Rather than just beating straight up like the Gyeon, it kind of gets these weird little lines that sort of stick. So yeah, it's still extremely hydrophobic. And I'm still going to say the Bowden's, just a slight change in the Bowden's. The Bowden's still definitely second. Not far behind the Gyeon, but definitely in second. Collinite in third. I say that already because we know that Total Wax is not quite on the same level. You see that water just sticks. It doesn't instantly run off like the other three, but it does sheet off pretty quick. So yeah, there we go. Trying to make these weekly updates a little bit shorter, so hopefully I didn't ramble on too long, but that is our 6-week update. So like I said, I think these three are not going to change too much in another week. We're going to give it 2 weeks, so that will be our 2-month mark. And really, all I'm expecting out of these is 3 months. I know some of them claim a lot longer. If I can get 3 months of sitting outside with a weekly wash using Carpro Reset, comparing that against all the sealants that I've used, that's about as, 3 months when they're starting to sort of go, and then by the 4th month is when I would be saying, okay, this is on my car, I want to strip and reapply. That's about as good as we get. So if I can get 3 months out of these 3, where they're still looking kind of like this, they're definitely winners. If they go longer than that, we're looking like we're maybe going to have a new top overall product for the channel for durability, because so far I'm going to say the Bowden's own bead machine, that got to the 4 months mark. The Maguire's hybrid ceramic wax, just slightly behind that, also at the 4 month mark of sitting outside in the sun all day, weekly washes, and those both, really, really good for durability. So if these can sort of equal that, then yeah, that'll be really good. But so far, looking good. Comparing, how I've done these tests for quite a few products now, I can say that these 3 are all definitely impressing me. So yeah, the other 2 on the end, not so much, but it is what it is. We will pick this back up in 2 weeks. So I'm going to try and film some other review videos. So like I said, I've done one on the Gyeon. That's probably going to be out by the time you guys watch this video, but I'm going to try and do more separate videos on products reviews, because I just have, come over to my shelves, just so many products that I still need to test out, like a bunch of stuff that I need to get to. So I was just talking about this, the Maguire's hybrid ceramic wax. I still haven't even got to a separate review video on this. I've got some more Gyeon stuff to try out. Plenty of platinum potions stuff. So yeah, this one I'm really keen to try out. This is new. They're hydro detailer, so ceramic quick detailer. So you can see it's a good shake. But yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff that I still need to film. Some more snow foams. So yeah, there'll be some separate review videos. Sometimes doing these panel test videos can be a little bit much, because I need to make sure I get to it that day where it's due and make sure I film a video, get it out. So it'd be good to have a little break for a week, and maybe after this test finishes we do something completely different. But yeah, we'll see how we go. But yeah, with all that said, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. I know some people have had better experiences with some of these, some people have had worse experiences. That's always going to be the case. But that's why I show the full process of explaining how I prepped it, which is just compounded and decontaminated, and then I wipe it down with an IPA and I apply all the products on camera so you guys can see that there's no favoritism. They're all applied the same way. So yeah, I know there's going to be some differences, but let me know if the results are different to what you've experienced. I'm always interested to hear that. And yeah, subscribe if you're not already. But with all that said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.